Yo, what's going on, Bully fam? It's Henry A here with Bully Kings, and today I'm gonna be showing you guys how to fix a constipated puppy. So these are the things you're gonna need. First, you're gonna have to feed him. Feed him first. Once you feed him, I'm gonna show you guys after how you're gonna fix him. But keep in mind, guys, when a puppy is constipated, you want to be feeding him less. Do not feed him what you normally would be feeding him. Feed him a little bit less. And something I recommend is adding electrolytes to his milk, to his formula. So if you add electrolytes, it's gonna help keep him hydrated. How much would you add? I would add about a quarter of however much milk you add. So if you put a full cup of milk, I will add a quarter cup of electrolytes. You can use Pedialyte, as long as it's a clear one with no flavor, the flavorless one. Use some of that Pedialyte and I'll mix it up with some milk. That'll help keep him hydrated for when he's constipated. Second thing, guys, is you need to figure out what is causing him to get constipated. So I watched a lot of videos on this before when I was first starting on the constipation. Everybody tells you how you can fix it, but nobody tells you to identify the problem. You need to identify the problem, figure out what caused constipation in the first place. Once you figure out what caused constipation, you're gonna stop it, because first you need to figure out why that happened and how can I prevent it, how do I stop it, So for example, most of the time puppies get constipated because the milk might be too thick. You might be giving him milk that's not directly from the mother. When you use that powdered formula milk or even the canned goat milk, and you add stuff to it like Greek yogurt, whatever you add to it, sometimes it can be too thick. So when the milk is too thick, the puppy cannot digest it properly and he's not able to poop it out. So that's one of the reasons why they get constipated. This puppy here, actually, how he got constipated, and I found out in the longer run, he's been constipated for a few days. He's getting better now. But how I found out he was constipated, he actually ate a little bit of shavings. I don't know if you guys know what shavings are, but I'll explain what they are. They're like little tiny wood chips. They're used for bedding on animals. Most of the time you see it on horses, rabbits, and hamsters. So there was some shavings around his bed, and I guess he was trying to suck the mom's tit or something. And by doing so, he ate some of those shavings, and that constipated him. What's crazy is that when they eat shavings, it's really hard for them to actually get it out their system, especially being this little. How does that happen is because he's trying to suck on the mom's tit or something, and there might be a piece of shaving stuck to the tit, and he eats the shavings. So how I found out is by him not being able to poop. I was trying to clean him up, and I noticed that he wasn't pooping the way he was supposed to. So once I figured that he wasn't able to, I started working on him. When I finally got some poop out of him, there was some shavings on the poop, and I was like, oh shit, this is what did it. This is what constipated him. So once you figure out what the problem is, you need to make sure there ain't no shavings, nothing that they can eat to mess up their digestive system. But yeah, that's what happened to him. And most of the time, like I said, it's usually the milk. The milk might be too thick, so you need to thin it out. How do you thin it out? You could add some electrolytes or add some Karo syrup. In my previous video, I showed you guys what that Karo syrup is. It's a black liquid that actually helps the digestive system. It helps them digest their milk a lot better. But with the Karo syrup, you also gotta be careful because when they're very little, if you add too much Karo syrup, they'll get diarrhea. So you gotta be careful with the Karo syrup as well. But yeah, first you identify what the problem is. After you identify what the problem is, you can start working on them and clearing up the constipation. So guys, the mother needs to be stimulating these puppies. If the mother is not stimulating these puppies, you are gonna have to be stimulating these puppies by yourself. So what happens is that sometimes newborn moms do not know how to stimulate these puppies, so they're not cleaning them. The more the mom licks them, the more they stimulate them to actually poop and digest the shit. But if the mom's not doing that, or you happen to not have the mother for whatever reason, you're gonna have to be doing that yourself. So how do you do that? You do that with baby wipes. You grab some baby wipes or a wet paper towel, and you stimulate the puppy, imitating the mom's tongue. I'll show you guys here in a minute. But you want to wet the paper towel or get wet baby wipes. By doing that, it's going to be a little bit more gentle on their butt, and it's not going to irritate them as much. They will get irritated, and when they do get irritated, they'll cry because it'll give them like little rashes and burns. But that's inevitable. Just try to be gentle with it. But right now, I'm going to show you guys how to actually fix the constipation on the puppy. So there's a few ways. So after you're done feeding them, guys, you want to feed them first, because that's how you're going to get him to actually want to poop the rest of the food that's in there. It's going to push it out. Just like I said, make sure you're not feeding him, overfeeding him, because if you're feeding him as you normally would if he wasn't constipated, what happens is he's not pooping, he's gonna, all that fluid that you're putting in there is gonna come out through his nose, it's gonna go into his lungs, he's gonna aspirate, and if he aspirates, you're in big trouble, especially at a young age. They can get pneumonia. If they get pneumonia, they can potentially die or get really sick off of this. You need to take care of them. So this is how you stimulate them. This is imitating the mom. What you'll do here, you grab the baby wipe, the little pecker, the little wiener, you're just gonna stimulate it and do it until he pees. He should be peeing after doing this. And same with the butt. You do this with the butt, and this is how you get him to poop. You do it for a few minutes, but when they're constipated, sometimes they won't be able to do it. So what you could do here is doing what's called an enema. So what an enema is, you can grab some liquid like laxative oil or mineral oil or even water with soap. You can grab some water with soap, a little bit of tiny soap, like 2 drops of soap on some water, and stick it up their ass. You're gonna stick it up their asshole, literally up their asshole. You put the syringe in there. I'll show you guys here in a minute. So you put it up their asshole, and what that does, it loosens everything up in there and it stimulates it out. So the mineral oil, guys, you can even give it to them in their mouth. Just give them a tiny bit. This is clear mineral oil, it's flavorless. I wouldn't do more than 0.1 ml. So this is a 1 ml syringe. I would just draw it to the wound right there and give him that. I would do that once a day, every morning. I did it this morning, so I won't give him none through his mouth right now. But this is what you'll do. You grab to like 1 right here, and you just feed him that. You know, give him 1 ml every day until he clears up. So what you do, this is what's an enema. This is gonna help him the most. You're gonna put this on inside his asshole. You're gonna put it like this. And most of the videos that I've watched, guys, they say just do 1 ml. I would do 1 ml per every 5 ounces. So if the puppy is 15 ounces, I would do 3 mLs. Why? Because nothing happens, you know, that goes in his asshole, straight back out his ass, you know. So nothing happens, that comes straight out. And this is what helps the most, you know, like I want him to clear up as fast as possible, and I've already proved that nothing happens to him, so I'm gonna put him 3 mLs in there, you know. Put him 3 mLs, like we ain't fucking around, you know, we wanna clear this boy up. But yeah, this is what we do, we put 3 mLs in there, and then we're gonna do the wet wipe thing. After doing the wet wipe thing, this should really clear him up, get that coming out, all that gunk out of there. You can also use this one here. This is magnesium saline laxative oral solution. So this is saline laxative. So this also helps. This one actually I think is more powerful than this one, but since this one has a lemon flavor to it, I wouldn't give it to him in his mouth. You can put it in his asshole, that's fine. But this one is no flavor. This one you can actually feed him. So yeah, you do that. Now we're gonna stimulate him and watch how that poop comes out. So now if the poop does not come out after that, I like to let it sit in there for a few minutes, because if not, it's too fast and only the oil comes out, not the shit. You want it to mix up in his ass, you know, loosening everything up. So if this does not work, what we're gonna do after this is we're gonna massage him. You wanna be doing these things, guys, every single time after they eat. Do not skip, do not be lazy about it, because it can be tiring sometimes, especially if you're feeding them in the morning, like 2, 3 in the morning, 5 in the morning, or sometime, whatever time you're feeding them. It can be a little bit tiring, but do not skip this, guys, because this is crucial. You want to get it right as soon as possible. So you don't want to be skipping this. Do whatever it takes, man, and this is how we do it. Look, after we actually did the enema, we put that in there. You can let them loose. The more they walk, the more they stimulate their own poop to come out. So you can put them back in this cage and walk around. That sometimes does it, but this is how you do it for yourself. So the more they start to poop, guys, the more they start going back to normal pooping, you can start increasing their food again, back to normal. But like I said, really important, make sure you're putting electrolytes in their milk to keep them hydrated. So he's starting to throw out that clear liquid already. It's the same liquid that I put in there. So that starts to come out. There it is, look, that's the clear liquid. This is why I let them walk around, because this is the first thing that comes out. So this is what you do. You kind of do this, and just keep wiping them until the actual poop comes out. Now, if no poop is coming out, guys, what you want to do after this is the massage. The massage is kind of like, it's almost like squeezing him a little bit, but not very hard. You want to be really gentle, almost like squeezing a lemon. His belly is going to feel hard and like a pop. So it's almost like squeezing a lemon, but of course you don't want to squeeze the hell out of him. You don't want to squeeze the shit out of him. Just go gentle. And you could do it with the baby wipe, but the baby wipe's going to get him real wet. I don't like getting him cold. So what you do is you grab a rag. And they're not going to like it. He's going to be uncomfortable. So you grab a rag, and you're going to massage the sides of his bellies like this, just up and down. Put a little bit of pressure, not too much. A clean rag. You're going to do this. Well, be careful, man, because this shit can shoot back at you, man. This shit, if you're not careful, it'll shoot at you. And this is what you do. Look, you give him a little massage, and just put some pressure on there. You're going to do this every day, guys, after every free time, until you get him right, because your puppy got constipated for whatever reason. So we're going to do this until he poops. This is giving him a massage. But there it is. It's starting to come out. I see something black. So you put a little bit of pressure. You can go up and down. But I like pushing more down than up because it's going towards his ass, you know. So you want to stimulate his little belly. Make him go down. What this does, you're putting pressure in his body for one. Two, he actually pushes. He's pushing out through his ass like he's trying to poop when you're doing this. And like I said, they're not going to cry because, they're going to cry because it's uncomfortable for them. But you want to make sure you clear them up, you know, so you got to do whatever it takes. So you do this. If I don't get much poop out of there, I'll do it again next time, you know, next feed time I'll do the same thing. And I got some poop on there, that little black thing. And the reason the poop is black, guys, is for the same reason that it's not very good in there, you know. He's got some issues going on. So that poop is kind of black. You see, we got a little bit of poop. We're not getting much poop yet, and this is how you know your puppy's constipated. So you want to do this for a few days, guys, till he's right, till he gets better. You know, unfortunately, for whatever dumb reason, this motherfucker ended up eating some shavings, and I had some shavings laying around. And they got him constipated. Now this is what I got to deal with, you know. But yeah, guys, this is how you fix constipation. You just keep massaging him till you get some more poop out. If you don't, you do it again the next feed time. And the next feed time, he might get more out. But yeah, guys, I've noticed, man, on all these videos that I watch, man, nobody tells you how to prevent it, you know. So how do you prevent it is by making sure that their milk is not very thick. You know, that's the main reason why they will get constipated, because the milk that we do, it's not the same as the mother's. So yeah, man, you need to make sure you figure out what the problem is, where the constipation is coming from. Not only how to solve it, you know, but how to avoid it, you know. And once you figure that out, then you can get them right. Another thing that helps, guys, is deworming them. So that's helped me out a lot before too. Once they're 2 weeks old, you can deworm them, and by deworming them, you'll get them to poop more. So you do that, you deworm them, they'll poop more, and that'll help out a lot as well. But yeah, guys, that's all. That's how you fix the constipation on a puppy. I hope this video helps you guys out. Again, this is a King Yeezy. Son King is working now. He's ready to work. This puppy is 3 weeks old. The boy is looking phenomenal, man. He's fucking tiny, man. And one thing I know about King and the mother to this puppy, which is Grace, they were both really, really little like this when they were small. And the older they got, the crazier they looked, man. So I expect big things from this puppy. Hopefully we can fix this soon. And I hope this video helps you guys out. If you guys got any questions, comments, or ideas, put them down in the comment section. Yeah, this is it, baby. Bully Kings.